Today we are going to discuss about demolition of structure. So first try to understand what is demolition. So demolition, as the name suggests, it is dismantling or destructing or tearing down, or you want to break up or you want to remove the whole part of the building or some part of the building. Okay, and it should be done in a pre-planned and controlled manner. Okay, so when such kind of demolition or such kind of destruction of the building that is generally taken in a controlled manner, then it is called as demolition of structure. So generally this demolition is required when the life of the building gets over and you want to construct a new structure by replacing the older one. So that is the first condition. Second, the structure lost its stability or having structural damage. So if so many structural damages that has taken place, then in that case also you have to remove that structure. So these are the general conditions that in which we will prefer for demolition of structure. So generally, if you just see where it is necessary, or in which condition it is necessary to demolish the structure. So in certain urban area, you want to go for the revitalization. So that is एरिया जो भी है आपका अर्बन एरिया, उसको आप एक नया फॉर्म देना चाहते हैं, मीन्स whatever that old structure that are not safe and that you want to remove. Okay, so that renewal of your urban areas, certain areas, then in that case you have to go for demolition. Then existence of the structure is very dangerous and it has become old. So generally in old city areas, so many structures that has become dangerous because कितने सालों पुराने हो जाते हैं, 100 साल 200 साल, and इतने सालों में उनका life भी over हो जाता है. So in that case it becomes necessary to demolish such structure. Also any part of it has become weak and some alteration if you want to do in your building, then also you have to go for certain demolition. Then life is over, that is the obvious reason, and damage is due to earthquake or any other reason. So these are the general reasons for which we have to go for the demolition of structure. So these are the steps before demolition of any building or structure. These are the steps to be followed. So first thing that you have to do survey. सबसे पहले आपको सर्वे करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. तो different parameters that you have to survey, and that is related to the structure and as well as surrounding also, because whenever you are going for the demolition of existing structure, then some adjoining structure are also there. So you have to look for the safety of the adjoining structure also. So first is building survey. So that is all related to the building that we are going to demolish. So which is the type of the building, all drawing records that you have to check, which kind of construction materials that are used, if certain hazardous material is present in construction or anywhere, what is the building height, distance from the nearby building, adjoining properties, site conditions, surrounding buildings. So everything you have to first go and you have to do the proper survey. That is called a building survey. And second is structural survey. So structural survey, it is all related to all the drawings related to structure. Okay, so all the structural support system, okay, beam, columns, load bearing walls, etc. Degree of deterioration to the structural member, जो भी structural member existing है उसमें कहाँ damage हुआ है, ठीक है. So these two type of survey are to be carried out. Then if some hazardous material, okay, so some asbestos cement sheet or some lead paint, etc. if you are using, so that may be considered as a hazardous material. So if they are present, then you have to take note of that, and the disposal is to be done as per the prevailing waste disposal regulation. जो भी आपका regulations and rules है, accordingly you have to go for the collection and disposal of it. Then you have to prepare a proper demolition plan. It's not like कि वहाँ जाके फटाफट तोड़ के आ गए. You have to prepare a demolition plan, systematic demolition plan, and you should know the stability report of the building. And at last you have to also provide certain safety measures. So sometimes in examination this question may be asked separately also. What are the safety measures to be taken before demolition of the structure? So that may be asked separately also, because so many safety measures that you have to take before demolition of structure. So we'll just see this demolition plan in detail. So basically based on our survey, a demolition plan is to be prepared. कैसे आप proceed further, you will proceed further for the demolition, and this plan is produced with the application for approval. So you have to take approval from the local authority. You are going to carry out such kind of demolition in this particular area. Okay, so first the location of the building to be demolished. This is very important, with a detailed topography of details of ground removal or backfilling, and distance from the building to be demolished to its adjacent building, street, any significant structures, nearby structure hai. So everything related to that location and its surrounding is to be first located. Then layout plan of all floors and building to be demolished. So that is that you have to show कि पूरा layout plan के कौन से floor पे building कैसे आप demolish करोगे. Then plan showing the structural arrangement and construction of all unconventional structural elements. अभी unconventional means conventionally हम इतना use नहीं करते हैं, जैसे pre-stressed concrete हो गया, then precast concrete member, deep earth retaining structure if it is there, some basement structures are there. Then also you have to show all the structural arrangement. Then a plan showing the procedure for the demolition of the building. So you have to mention all the sequence of demolishing a particular structural members. कौन सा sequence में आप उसको demolish करना चाहेंगे, ठीक है? And this method of demolition, कौन सी method use करेंगे? And if any equipment, if you have to bring to that particular site, then you have to mention. Okay, so in case of that powered mechanical plants and equipments that you want to use, बड़े equipments लगते हैं, ठीक है ना? If you want to go for the construction of a big building, then you have to show the plan in which you have to show the route, कौन से route से आएगा, उसका movement कहाँ पे होगा, that of that powered mechanical and plant and equipment, including the method of lifting, कैसे lift करोगे mechanical plant, and how will it reach to the top of the floor, etc. So each and everything you have to mention in that related to that mechanical equipment and plant that you are going to use for demolition. Also you have to show the precautionary measures. कौन से precautionary measures आप लेंगे, because nearby if some public building or some important buildings are there, then you have to take care of all the hoardings जो लगे हुए हैं, walkways is there, then you have to cover that. Then proper scaffolding is to be provided, protective screens, some safety nets. So this kind of safety nets that can be provided, so that whatever some debris etc. that is coming from the demolition of the structure, it should not harm to the surroundings. Okay, so such kind of arrangement has to be done to just check the safety of the surrounding building. Also this plan shows the proposed shoring and precautionary measures for all affected adjacent building. So shoring, so you have to support the building. So you have to support both the building. First, that building that you want to demolish, as well as the surrounding. Okay, so for that, which kind of shoring arrangements, slope, retaining structure, everything and all the stages of demolition work has to be followed. And plan showing the proposed shoring for the build. So as I told you, for both, for surrounding as well as for the building that you are going to demolish. So that proposed shoring means how will you support that building while this particular demolition, existing building that you want to demolish and the surrounding building. Okay, so all this shoring, that support work that you have to show. And plan or a descriptive note on the proposed method of handling and disposal of debris. So what debris that is going to, जो भी कचरा या जो भी कुछ debris आएगा, because it's a construction and demolition waste, it's a huge quantity. If it's a big structure, then huge quantity of such waste would be generated, which is called as C&D waste, normally construction and demolition waste. So that proper handling is very essential. Okay, so how will you collect, how will you dispose, that all you have to mention in the plan. Okay, so systematically you have to prepare the plan, sequence of demolition, safety of surrounding, and everything that you have to mention in that demolition plan. So these are the safety measures for the demolition of building. Okay, so there are many safety measures that are to be taken before you are starting the actual demolition of the structure. So first is training and communication. So this demolition worker, plant and equipment operator, they should have the proper knowledge regarding whatever that job that they are going to do. Okay, so proper job safety training and all the potential hazard, अगर क्या हो सकता है, okay, they should be well informed. So this is to be communicated, and proper training to be provided to all the workers as well as crane operator or equipment operator. Okay, then equipment maintenance, whatever equipment that you are going to utilize for the demolition, it should be tested and examined before use, and the equipment shall be inspected daily, and result of the inspection shall be recorded. So that maintenance part is important. Then electrical safety is very important. Okay, so properly connected power source from a local electric utility supplier or the mobile electricity generator shall be utilized in the demolition site. Normal जो हमारा electricity connection है या फिर कहीं और से आपने लेके रखा है mobile current generator से, so that is to be properly safe. Okay, so electrical safety is important. All the flammable goods means जो भी आग लग सकती है उसमें, they shall be removed from the site, because if some explosives if you are using for the demolition तो आग भी लग सकती है. ठीक है, so all the flammable goods they are to be stored at certain safe place. So proper storage facility is to be provided, but that should be removed from the site. Okay, all the furniture, doors, windows, they should be removed before any welding work is performed. Okay, because they are flammable. Then firefighting appliances should be provided. So if certain fire takes place, then firefighting appliances should be provided and maintained in working condition. ऐसा नहीं हो कि काम ही ना करे जब सच में आग लग जाए. ठीक है. Then occupational health. Basically, this occupational health word is related to whatever health problem due to your occupation. जो आप काम कर रहे हैं उसकी वजह से आपको कोई हेल्थ इफेक्ट हो रहा है, that is generally called as the occupational health. Okay, so this as per our occupational safety and health ordinance, particular attention should be given to all the areas while demolition, because there is exposure of dust. बहुत सारा dust उड़ेगा, chemical exposure भी हो सकता है, heat stresses and ventilation proper होना चाहिए. Then noise exposure, noise pollution would be there. Medical and first aid facilities should be provided if certain accident takes place. Then proper sanitation, okay, that is to be provided, and it should be free from the occupational disease. So due to that, whatever demolition, some health issue should not take place, that is to be taken care. Then emergency exit requirement. So minimum one exit route is to be made. Okay, and it should be informed to all the workers, those who are working at the site. They should know that in case of emergency we have to go from this particular route. Okay, so that should be known to you. Also in particularly there is a vibration which is caused when there is a technique which is called as the implosion. Basically implosion means demolition using explosives. Explosives हम जब use करते हैं, जैसे RDX use कर लिया. Okay, so explosives whenever we are using, so huge vibration that would be created. So how to deal with such vibration, that is to be properly taken care. Okay, also if you are going for the mechanical demolition, so as compared to that some vibration effect would be lesser, but though you have to check that how much this vibration that is causing the traffic vibration, which is caused by the heavy duty tractors they are moving, or some mechanical equipments that are moving through cranes, etc. So that you have to check. Okay, and it is in order to identify cause and effect of vibration, registered specialist contractor of demolition, they are advised to carry the vibration monitoring during the demolition. जब demolition चल रहा है तो constantly they have to monitor कि कितना vibration हो रहा है. And as a general guide, it is given that the peak particle velocity, okay, of the particle जो move कर रहा है उसका velocity should not exceed 15 mm per second for a prolonged vibration caused by the mechanical demolition. So each and everything related to this vibration, safety of the workers, safety of the surrounding, everything should be taken care. Also you have to take care of environment, because lots of air pollution that may be created because concrete आप break कर रहे हैं, handling of debris, and hauling process means whatever equipments that are coming, so all may result in lots of dust. Okay, so also some waste are there, so burning of the waste is not allowed. Okay, so as per our air pollution control regulation, they should follow whenever we are using the diesel fume generated or mechanical plant or equipment, जो भी हम use कर रहे हैं, crane या फिर machinery, इसमें diesel fumes if they are generated by the machine, then you have to follow them. Also for noise pollution, you have to take care. It is not only from the mechanical equipment which is coming noise, all the noise which is generated, that you have to take care. Also for water, effluent जो भी जितना water निकल रहा है, that is to be properly treated as per the standards, and then you have to discharge. And all the hazardous material, to be hazardous material that is coming from the site, that is to be properly collected and disposed safely. So these are all the safety measures which are very essential before going for the demolition. So these are the factors which affect the selection of method. कौन सी method select करनी है? So depending upon these criteria, you can select a particular method. So first is the site condition that you have to check. then which kind of structure it is, it's a load bearing hai, frame structure hai, RCC hai, steel hai, masonry hai. So that you have to check which kind of structure it is. Age of the building, this is also important. Then height of the building, then how much money you are having, that economy. Then location with the presence of its surrounding में कौन सी important building है क्या, कुछ भी नहीं है तो you can adopt for other methods. Okay, then structural stability of the existing building. So these are all the factors that you have to consider before starting your actual demolition. Okay, so generally as a set rule you can say sequence of demolition. So कैसा होना चाहिए sequence of demolition? So as per this all cantilevers means एक ही side. So here there is a cantilever, it is supported from one side. So such cantilevers are to be first demolished. Okay, and before demolishing the roof, जब हम roof demolish कर रहे हैं, all water tanks and lift rooms shall be demolished. पहले water tank and lift remove करो, then after you have to go for the roof. Then demolition of floor slab should begin at mid span and proceed towards the supporting beam. Middle से start करके you have to go towards the supporting beams. And in order of demolition of floor beams, जो भी आपके beams है, first cantilever beam, then secondary beam, then primary beam, then non-load bearing wall or partition wall should be removed. And at last you have to remove these columns and load bearing wall should be demolished after removal of beams on the top. So there is a sequence of demolition that you have to mention in the demolition plan. Okay, and this is the general sequence that can be followed. So, but according to the requirement, you can have, depending upon the method, you can have your own sequence of demolition.